the guys that he thought were the biggest danger to him in the overall. And then, later in the race, it was going to be the job of us. If we could not get Rollins in a good situation, then it was going to be our job to protect Kuntz, protect his overall, and set him up for as good a spot as we could in a field sprint if it looked like it was going to come down to that. So Rollins is still off the front here, which is, obviously what we want. That group has gotten bigger. The field is strung out. The chase is on. Considering we're going into a headwind here, a substantial headwind, 15, 20 mile an hour headwinds, the pace is rocking and rolling. The effort's up. I don't know why I'm getting gapped here. That's not smart. But it's still strung out. So you can see the car is always a good indication of what's happening in front and if there's a break or not. If you can see the car close, you know that there's no one off the front. If you can't see it and you've sort of lost what's going on in the race, then that gives you an indication. So this is where it had been strung out for a while. I mentioned it just a few times in a row. And a guy sits up, peels over. There's a big group, and I was like, well, hey, I got to get across to that. So I'm going to jump, test folks, and the timing worked out pretty good. So I jumped across right at about the same time as the guy from Colorado's going. And so I just, keep the power on and jump on his wheel. I knew this might put pressure on some of the other teams to have to chase, would allow our guys to sit in because you got one off the front. And so I was hoping this would force others to chase and ideally set up what I would hope would be a final launch for Rollins to go over the top. So ultimately that was kind of the goal. We were joined by Jonathan Jacobs, and he's putting in a big dig here. I did not want anyone to go. I was not wanting people to go solo if I could prevent it. And I wanted to stay off the front to make others chase. And I kind of stay on the gas here to keep things strung out, keep it hard, keep others chasing, allow my teammates to sit in, put the impetus on other folks to have to do work. In retrospect, I probably didn't need to be quite as active late in forcing the issue, and I should have been saving a little more energy probably. Now that we're nearly 40 minutes into a race, it was scheduled for, I think, 50 or 55. So over the top of that move that I was in, a single guy goes off the front. And so here I am. I just spent a couple laps, I think, just trying to keep him at a spot where in the final laps it would come back together by the natural increase in pace. And Rollins took it as an opportunity to right before a corner, great time to attack. He took it as an opportunity to try to jump across to the guy who'd been off the front for a couple laps. Situations like that can work great late, so long as others are okay with that move going, and clearly they were not. So the chase happens, still a big field together, a lot of strong guys in this race. As I mentioned, if you watched the one from day one, I'll link to that one at the end of this video. But strong race, strong field, very active. And here you can see Kuntz is like, come on up and just give me some tempo on the front. So at this point, the guy from Colorado, Casale, who was second in the crit the day before, not a part of the Omnium, he's off the front. You can see there's no car in front of us. I'm at the front and there's no car, which means there's someone off the front. And at some point here, you'll be able to see the car. This is where I totally blow up. You might be able to see, you can see just in the top right, there he goes. In the end, here's some of the peak power numbers, 5 second, 1062, nothing crazy. But 20 minute, 353 with a 383 norm, full race, 343 and 369. And without further ado, let's take a look at how it all played out at the end of this lap, the finish of the race.
Don't trust that road. Go Kuntz! Go Kuntz! Got it! Yes!
Casale was second place on the day. Kuntz takes the overall. We had a great time racing together. If you like these videos, please give us a like, and we will catch you on the next one.